Hey guys, so yesterday I went and saw Incredibles 2, of course the new Pixar movie and the sequel to Incredibles. This was a movie I know a lot of people have been looking forward to a lot, including people my age. Hell, there were a lot of people my age go to see this movie. I wasn't the only one. This movie is like the first one had a big following. Like I said, including people from my age. I was like in high school when that first one came out, and liked the first one a lot. It was not always my favorite Pixar movie. I liked it, like I said, but it wasn't my favorite out of all of them. I know it's some people's favorite, but I did generally like it. And I was like, all right, whatever. I guess they're making sequels to fucking everything, so might as well do Incredibles. Like I said, I've been critical of Pixar over the last 5 years because like they just continuously make sequels, unnecessary sequels to a lot of great films that, like I said, we never really needed. Like I said, Finding Dory was pointless. Monsters University, the Cars fucking sequels. Jesus, like I hope the Cars 3 is the last one. I don't know why we still get those, but I was like, whatever. Like I liked the trailers for this movie. I thought it looked funny, but I was still like, what's the point, really? But I mean, fuck it, might as well do it. But like I said, it looked funny and everything else. It's been a long fucking time since I've seen the first one. The last time I saw it was when it first came out. And I was like, I had to refresh my mind on that fucking movie because I barely remember what happens. I know it was about a family of superheroes and them trying to live a normal life and all that stuff like that. And, live in the real world and shit like that. And then they have to become superheroes again and shit like that. That's what I remember of it mostly. And I kind of had to do a refresher course, which I was kind of glad I did. But I really liked this movie. I did. I really liked this movie. This is easily one of the best Pixar sequels, probably since Toy Story 3, which is like 8 years ago. But it's not the best Pixar movie. I would say Coco and Inside Out and stuff like that were a lot better than this. But this is a really good sequel. I'll give them credit where it's due when they do make a good sequel to one of their one of their movies. I really had a blast watching this movie. I laughed a lot at this movie. The best fucking part of this movie, easily, was the character Jack Jack. He stole this movie. There's just no ifs, ands, buts about it. Like, I had to do a refresher course a little bit, like when I was before I watched this movie, and I'm like, I remember his character arc in being that he hadn't got his powers yet because he was a baby, and at the end he just started to get his powers and stuff like that at the very end of the movie, but his family didn't know about it. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. And so now the family's figuring out as Mr. Incredible has to watch the kids while Elastigirl is doing superhero stuff, and Jack Jack is just fucking wreaking havoc all over the house, attacking raccoons. That scene was hilarious. And the scene with the raccoon was fucking hilarious. I laughed my butt off. That was a great introduction to all his superpowers, reintroduction to his superpowers. He just can burst into flames, has laser eyes, can become gigantic, which only happens once, which was weird. It's just it's very random, all this stuff, all the powers you can get, but it's all a bunch of different things, and it's fucking hilarious because they're trying to find a way to control this kid's out of control. He's already a baby, so he should be out of control, but it's he is fucking hilarious. It's just like the random part where he keeps, or Mr. Incredible puts him to bed, and like all of a sudden he'll hear the Mr. Incredible will hear the TV on. Jack's just sitting there watching TV. Like, I don't know how the hell fucking he's able to do that, but it's pretty funny. Oh, he can also teleport in different rooms and shit like that, or like basically walk for walls too, almost. It's fucking hilarious. That kid was hilarious. I thought the best parts of this movie were when they were showing Mr. Incredible trying to raise his family and try to deal with all the drama that was going on with his family. That was the best stuff. That was by far the funniest parts of the movie. While the stuff with Elastigirl, because the movie is like pretty much into two parts where it follows Mr. Incredible and all the drama with his family. And then also Elastigirl being hired by this rich billionaire to do all this superhero stuff to basically get superheroes legalized. Basically, from what I remember, the first one pretty much takes place right after the first one, like with the coal miner or the miner. What the fuck was his character's name? But when that villain pops up at the end of the first one is pretty much where it starts in the second one, is basically right where it starts. And so yeah, like I lost my fucking train of thought for a second. So yeah, it basically takes place right after the second one, or after the first one, god damn it. And he, so that kind of explains why none of the kids are older, why the baby's still a baby. At least they got around that. Like, I was like, okay, like, they didn't go like the Simpsons route where just the kids never age, or Homer and Marge never age. Like, it explains that. So it's just been 14 years since the first one, which, whatever. I mean, that's fine. Hell, at the beginning of the movie, they basically said, we know it's been a long time since the first Incredibles. It takes a while for these movies to get made. Sorry about that. Hope you enjoyed the movie. It's already made $180 million, so it paid off. Yeah, like I said, the best parts of this movie were with the Mr. Incredible and the family. But like I said, and the stuff of Elastigirl was good and stuff, but it had all the action sequences come from there. While it was good, it was, like I said, I thought was the weakest part. I remember that from the first one too. I always thought the first one, the best parts were them trying to live their lives in the real world and shit like that. I thought that was the funniest part. Like Mr. Incredible have to work as insurance agent and shit like that. That was always the best part I remember from the first one. And like I said, when they actually got the action parts, it was actually probably the weakest part of the movie, even though they were really well done and everything else. And like I said, they're not terrible. It's still pretty damn good, but it's just like I always thought the first, like I said, that like the action parts were probably the weakest parts. But like I said, it's still very good. Like I said, that's not saying like it's fucking terrible or anything. Still fucking, this movie's incredibly it's incredible how the animation's advanced again with Pixar. Like somebody said, if you go back and watch the first Incredibles, which I didn't get a chance to, like you'll see like the animation has gone a long way since 2004. I'll have to go back and watch it, but like they said, and this movie looks a hell lot better than the first one did, which I'll take their word on it. If there is anything I can complain about, it isn't actually, well, it might be I don't know whose fault this is. And this is basically kind of a warning to a PSA from me. You're welcome. For anybody who has epilepsy. Because, okay, if you have epilepsy, probably not a good idea to go see this movie, especially in 3D. I didn't see this in 3D. I'm fucking glad I didn't. Okay. This movie, it's this bad that to the point when I got up to the ticket counter, there was a sign on the ticket counter where it said basically a warning to anybody who has epilepsy that this movie has a lot of flashing lights in it, and it might cause problems for people who have epilepsy. It might be very harmful to anybody who has severe epilepsy. And I was like, okay, whatever, bright lights, flashing lights are a thing in movies all the damn time. So, I mean, that's not that big of a deal. I don't have epilepsy. There's a scene in this fucking movie that even I went, Jesus Christ! Like my eyes were fucking getting all bothered by it from watching it. There's a scene where there's the villain in the movie is a character named Screenslaver, who, by the way, one of the things about this movie that was kind of like a complaint is that it is very predictable who the person who is Screenslaver. It's pretty much fucking a given from the get-go who it is. It's not a shocker. Like, you can guess it from the get-go who it is, but it is also a kids movie. I didn't expect like a big giant reveal that I never saw coming or anything like that. It's fine with that. But anyways, there's a scene where the villain Screenslaver is fighting Elastigirl in this like apartment of his, and at one point they enter this room where it's wall to wall, that thing that that spiral thing that people use to basically hypnotize people. It's basically images of the spiraling thing all over this guy's wall, and it's flashing and flashing, and so it's basically flashing lights at you, and it's like, holy shit. Like, even I was like, damn, I was bothered by that. I was like, maybe tone it down a little bit, fucking Disney. Are you trying to give fucking people seizures? Because if you are, you're gonna probably fucking succeed on that. I mean, what the hell was that all about? They need to tone that down a little bit. I mean, I know you can't, you can't just basically cater to everybody. I mean, that has a condition or whatever. But if somebody who has severe epilepsy sees this shit, they're gonna probably have a fucking seizure. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, that's a serious condition. I'm not making fun of people that have that condition. I know that's a serious condition. So I'm like, what the hell? That was fucking, that was extreme. Like I said, I don't have epilepsy, and that fucking was fucking up my eyes a little bit. I had to turn away. Like, that was that bad. Like, I was like, I'm glad I didn't see this in 3D. God damn. So, but yeah, like I said, I recommend this movie. Like I said, definitely one of the better Pixar sequels in a fucking while. Before I get into trailers, there is one thing I gotta fucking talk about. This was the only thing I was talking about mostly after I saw this movie. And it wasn't the actual fucking movie. It was the short that was in front of this. Now, I don't usually talk about the shorts because I usually forget about them. They're usually good or just forgettable. It varies from time to time with Pixar. I talked about the Coco short because it was that Frozen short that was 20 minutes long, and it fucking annoyed the piss out of me. But this one is one of the. I swear to God, what I'm about to say, I am not fucking making up. This actually happened. All right. So, the short we got was this short about an Asian woman who is sitting with her husband at a kitchen table eating dinner, and they're eating dumplings, and her husband walks away, and she goes to eat the last dumpling when it starts making a crying noise like a baby makes, and out of nowhere, fucking this dumpling turns into a baby dumpling, like a dumpling with a baby's face on it and arms and legs. I'm not making that up. That is a real thing that happened. I swear to God, I even had to check and make sure somebody didn't fucking put drugs in my pop to make sure I wasn't imagining this. Well, I was horrified by that at first, the second thing that popped up in my head was, oh my god, she ate his whole. Oh my god, she ate his whole family. That is horrifying. What the hell, movie? And then the short got even weirder as it was showing basically this dumpling growing into adolescence and becoming a teenager while still staying the same size and looking like the size of a dumpling. Again, I'm not making this up. And it grows up to become a teenager, distances himself from his mother like a teenager does, and eventually gets engaged to a normal-sized woman. I can't describe this short without like I said, I'm trying to describe it, but it needs to be seen to believe. It is the giant, biggest, what the fuck did I just watch short I've ever seen in my entire. It's the weirdest, creepiest, most disturbing short ever. Like, there's so many questions you will have after fucking watching this. Now, this short does wrap itself up into what the whole point of it was, and it kind of comes off sweet and stuff like that. It tries to come off sweet and stuff like that. But it still is baffling and startling and weird and creepy that you'll be left, like I said, as soon as like he came home engaged to a girl, I'm like, do these things have sex? What the hell is, like, what? I just, like, I started having all these weird fucking questions start popping up into my head. What their kids would look like. It's so weird. This movie, I just sat there with my mouth agape. Like, again, I thought somebody fucking put drugs in my pop before I went to this movie. Like, I was determined. But no, I wasn't the only one, I think, that saw this. I'm hoping maybe somebody can tell me that it was a real thing that I saw. Like, I did not fucking dream that. I'm pretty certain I didn't. Good God, that was creepy and weird, and one of the weirdest Pixar short since that one with the volcanoes singing love songs to each other, which this was weirder and creepier. At least that had some charm, but that was so stupid. That one was just so stupid. But this one was creepy and weird and just like, what the fuck? Like, made me go, what the fuck? That it is very memorable though, so I give it that. Like, but what the hell? Trailers. Now, at least it was 6 minutes long, like about 6 minutes long. But also at the same time, that's my problem with Pixar movies. You get these shorts that are like 5-6 minutes long, while right before that you had to sit for 20 minutes of previews. It's like, come on, movie. Like, it's also the movie theater's fault. Like, maybe like start showing, put less trailers in there or something like that. Start the movie a little bit more on time, because like, people got shit to do. Come on, like, that does drive me nuts. All right, anyways, trailers. Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. This looked funny. I liked Wreck-It Ralph. I like the idea that he's like, it looks like a better version of the Emoji Movie. Honestly, that's what this like. This is like basically what the Emoji Movie tried to do, but better. Like, there's a lot of fucking product placement. They go to Google and shit like that. He goes in the internet instead of like different video games, and there's like so many blink and you'll miss characters. I remember there was like stuff from Star Wars, because Disney owns Star Wars. I mean, makes sense. I forgot what the hell else was in there. Fuck, I don't know. I think there was probably stuff like Avengers and shit like that. But there was also Disney princesses, which that was the best scene. Like, I was like, oh god, they're gonna have Disney princesses in this. But I gotta give them credit. They got like all the original voice actors of all these Disney princesses, except like Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and shit like that, because they're dead. I mean, those movies were made in the 30s. But yeah, like I said, they got like pretty much all the voice actors of those princesses to come back. That's cool. Like I said, it's not like, oh well, it's some of them here and there. No, they got them all. That's pretty fucking cool. And like that was the funniest part of that whole trailer, was the scene where the little girl goes and meets the Disney princesses, and like they're basically how kind of psychotic and crazy the idea of Disney princesses was. That was funny. I like the first one. I'm looking forward to this one. Christopher Robin, the new trailer for that. This made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It's still a really weird idea about a grown-up Christopher Robin being reunited with Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh comes to him because he's lost his friends or something like that, and he needs Christopher Robin's help, and yada yada yada. And the CGI on stuffed animals does look a little iffy. I know a lot of people said Pooh looks a little scary, unintentionally. But it looked charming. I love the fact they got the original Winnie the Pooh actor, voice actor, to do it. That is amazing. That's cool. I couldn't remember if he was still alive, but he is. He's still alive. It's the original voice actor. Who played Eeyore? The brother from Everybody Loves Raymond's voicing Eeyore. That's a great fucking choice. I was like, that is a great choice. I don't know if the original voice actor died or anything. I always love Eeyore. And of course, Tigger is one of my favorite characters too, but I forget who's voicing them. But they all did a good job. Like I said, I love Winnie the Pooh, and it kind of made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I won't lie. It made me smile. I was like, yeah, it does. It's a little weird, but maybe it'll be good. Axel, this looks like a piece of shit. It's basically, if you take Short Circuit and combine it with Man's Best Friend. Raise your hand if you remember Man's Best Friend. I'm sure I'm not the only one. That's what the movie about the killer robotic dog. But this time it's a robotic dog who finds an owner, or some kid who's a biker, and they become friends. And of course, the government wants the robotic dog, who's I think supposed to be used for the military or something like that. And the kid's trying to run away from the military, yada yada yada. Looks stupid. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Bumblebee. Why is this a fucking thing that's coming out? First, I was like, okay, we're getting a spin-off Transformers. Yay! With the character Bumblebee. Yay! Who the fuck wanted that? I don't know. And you dragged John Cena and Haley Steinfeld? Really? You fucking dragged her into this? She's actually a good actress. John Cena I can understand, but fucking Haley Steinfeld? Why the hell did they fucking just bribe her with money? Here you go, here you go. I don't know. She's actually a good actress. Why is she in this? She's a good actress. Maybe she'll be. Fuck it, it won't be good. It's a Bumblebee movie. Who is directing this? Fuck, who is directing? It's somebody actually good. Oh, the guy who made Kubo and the Two Strings. What the hell? Why? Why are you doing this? He's one of the guys behind Leica, the company that made Kubo and the Two Strings and Paranorman. Even though his name's on, it's not Michael Bay. He's still involved in it. It looks like a Michael Bay film, and it has Michael Bay's fingerprints written all over it. So yeah, whatever. And then The Grinch. Like I said, it's Illumination. This movie's gonna be mediocre at best. I guarantee it. Illumination, the only good movie they ever did was Despicable Me. That's about it. The first one. And yeah, they just make mediocre movies now. That's it. And this just looks like every fucking Illumination movie. Just not that funny. Mediocre. Like I said, it looks like it's just gonna be mediocre at best. It does look better than the Jim Carrey version. I'm going to see it regardless, one way or another, because my niece loves The Grinch. I don't know why, but she loves the Grinch. She's 4 years old and just fucking obsessed with the Grinch. I've had to see the Jim Carrey version and she loves both the animated and the Jim Carrey version, so that's cool. I hate the Jim Carrey version, but she just loves watching both on a fucking constant loop. I'm sure I've seen this like more than a few times. I've seen My Little Pony the movie, and she's obsessed with that too. So, yeah. That's as far as trailers go. I heard my sister's going to take I told my sister to go take my niece to go see Incredibles 2, because apparently my niece wants to see it. Love my niece. She's a smart kid. She wants to go see Incredibles 2. But yeah, like I said, that's as far as trailers and Incredibles 2 go see it. What's next week? Oh, Jurassic World. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.